Testing. Testing. Okay, so you saw this thing, right, earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you just talk, okay, because I recorded. You can always look back later on how we do it,
All right. Okay.
okay? Because I want you to feel how it feels like to be a customer and how I talk to you. Then after
Okay.
that, spend 5 minutes going through the technique that I use and how it will benefit you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, Mas, how long did you buy the Thermomix already? You had a TM5, right?
Yeah, I bought it since 2015.
2015,
Long time already.
a long
Mm.
time. 2015. Yes, that is about 5 years already, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you
Correct.
what do you cook with that machine?
Many things. I cook my Malay dishes. I bake breads.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's your you use it
Yeah,
daily,
lot
right?
of things.
You use it
Yeah,
daily,
I
lah.
use it daily. Correct.
Okay. So mainly the daily stuff would be Malay food lah, everyday food.
Everyday food, normal food, mihun lah, my masak lemak cili api lah, and all those. Yeah,
Okay.
and drinks too. Yep.
And drinks too. So you do know that the latest Thermomix can cook, slow cook things, right? So you can do like slow cook rendang. So if you ever want to consider upgrading next time, come and consider the Thermomix TM6 lah, yeah?
How much does it cost, Jasmine?
Okay, the machine is
Now?
right now is 6988. And the good thing is that we
Mm-hmm.
have an installment plan of 24 months. It's zero interest, yeah? So zero interest means that if you choose 24 months, you only pay about 291 ringgit a month. Mm.
Mm. But Jasmine, I don't want to have two Thermomix. My kitchen is small,
Mm.
and I have no counter space to put another machine. So dual is like too much for me. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I
Yeah.
know. It's too much for you. And I know a lot of people also complain about that. They really want the TM6, but then they have no counter space, right?
Hmm.
So never mind. The thing is that I'm here to talk to you about your cooking thing, whether you enjoy, whether you have a problem first about it, and then I want to solve your problems for you. But I would like to also consider that later on, maybe next time somebody in your family or somebody that you know wants to buy the TM5, you can sell it off to them, and then you can upgrade and buy the TM6 lah. Okay, that's one way. The second way is I know that your kids are going to university soon, so they might be staying in a dormitory, or they might be sharing a apartment later on. And if you just give them the one old machine to use, okay, then you don't have to worry about them burning down the kitchen. You don't have to worry about spending a lot of money in buying other things, because once you buy them something, you have to buy them a microwave, maybe a kettle, betul tak? Then you have to buy them pots, spatulas, a lot of things. So if you give them this one machine, they can use it, then they can wash it, then they can keep it in the cupboard in their bedroom because it's so small. Then orang lain tak boleh guna, tak payah guna lah. But anyway, besides that, so I want to talk to you about your cakes. Um, have you been having any problems with cakes? Do you need any tutorials on cake making?
My cakes with Thermomix is not as good versus
Not as
I
good, huh?
use mixer.
Okay,
So I prefer to make breads. Breads works well for me, but not cakes.
it's not
It's
cake.
not as nice. Yeah, it's not as fluffy, I think.
It's not as fluffy, Okay, my cakes are very fluffy. So maybe, would you consider seeing a live Facebook that will teach you how to use
Ah,
how to make it more
okay.
fluffier? Huh? Okay.
Okay.
I think one of the
Mm.
things because I teach a lot of customers how to make cake. One of the things that they do is, um, you make a lot of cakes, right? I assume, huh? One of the things is
Mm-hmm.
because the machine is turning a lot faster than a cake mixer, so they overbeat the flour into the cake batter. I noticed. So
Okay.
maybe when I do a video, live Facebook video on cake, then let's see whether you do your cake maybe 5 minutes or 5 seconds to 10 seconds or longer than that. Or if you want to do, what we can do is we can go through a butter cake tutorial. When you are ready to do, uh, what we can do is we can do a live video maybe on WhatsApp. You do the cake and then let me see what you're doing so that you can make a fluffier cake.
Okay.
What do you think?
I know. I notice what you are doing, Jasmine. You are leading the conversation.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. You're
But
leading
I
the
just noticed
conversation.
that,
I can understand. Yeah.
okay, the other one is I don't know whether I use but I try not to use but. Instead of but, I
Mm.
try to use and. So I try to be agreeable. I don't
Yeah. You.
disagree with them.
Yeah. Yeah. You never mentioned about, because one of my arguments is my counter space small. That's what I got from my friends. So I
Yeah.
really don't know how to respond. So
Okay.
I just like, okay. I don't know how to respond. But the way you lead it is like you don't really touch on it.
Mm,
You carry on the conversation, like took a bit of topic, but then you're telling me you can sell off in the future.
mm.
That's very interesting. Okay, another thing my friend said, um, she said she heard that TM6, uh, the function, the high temperature mode, must follow exact recipes, she told me. So
That's
you
correct.
cannot do freestyle. So she said
Yes.
she doesn't like that. So
Yes.
she was saying that, I rather use my TM5, but then I told her that, but TM5 don't have high temperature. But maybe I shouldn't say that, right? I shouldn't tell her that TM5 don't have high temperature mode, so TM6 is better.
The thing is that she hasn't seen, she only heard.
Yeah, she heard. Yeah.
So when somebody talks like that, this is how you counter objection. Um, okay, so a friend told you that only limited amount of meat can be fried and it has to be exact. Okay, there is a reason for it. So remember, I'm repeating your words, you know. When I repeat
Okay.
your words are the most important thing that comes up from your mouth at that very moment. I cannot repeat what you had said 5 minutes earlier. I must repeat back the words that you had mentioned exactly within that few seconds. Then
Mm,
you will not get angry with me, even though it's something negative.
mm,
You
okay.
see, you said something negative. The meat can only cook a certain amount only. I cannot control. I cannot freestyle. And
Yeah.
I said yes. Okay, so I understand you say the meat cannot control and cannot freestyle. But the good news is you can still use it, whereas the M5 cannot.
Ah,
And there's a reason
okay.
why they do that. It's because the TM5 or TM31 earlier, they allow the people to freestyle, especially in Australia. And what happened is when they just galang kabut and do like the soups,
Mm,
right? They open the cover
mm,
before they don't wait. What they're supposed to
mm,
do is they wait, let it cool down a bit first. So they supposed to wait and let it cool down, but they don't. They open the cover straight away. And what happened is the thing exploded on them. Then they get injuries. Okay. So as a result, right, Thermomix got a lot of
safety.
they got sued. They got sued for it. So in order to not get sued, they must ask the customer to follow exactly. Because you may want to follow and you may not sue, but there's a lot of people willing to sue. Just find a way to sue people so can earn money. So that is one of
Mm-hmm.
the reasons. The good thing is the M6 can fry. So when you fry the meat ready, then you add other things, then the thing will be very nice smelling, right?
Mm,
Okay. So don't worry about that. The thing is that now you only heard that it's bad, but maybe I can do a live Facebook video let you see. how good it is. Or if
Mm.
you want, I can just come to your house. Let's just do a
Mm.
30-minute consultation thing. It's not meant for you. I'm not here to make you buy. But what I want to do is I want to change your perception of how it's done, because then you will tell your friends, no, it's actually very nice. You're
Mm.
mistaken. You see? So my
Mm.
duty is I have to do X amount of demos, and it doesn't cost you any money. The thing is that I have to do demos. Is company says I must do, and I would like to show you so that your perception change. Because why? If your perception change, then you can actually introduce friends to me also, and we actually give very nice
Okay.
to customers who introduce. And the important thing is that when you understand how the thing is done, you will love it. And even though I'm going to use a TM6, there will be something that you want to learn on your TM5. So when we come, if I come to your house and we spend like 30 minutes, why don't we do a two dishes? I do one dish in the TM6 to show you how we brown the meat using high temperature. And then maybe we can do another dish like, say, sayur masak lemak, for example. Very simple,
Mm.
but very
Mm.
tasty. Would you like to see that? How to
I
make
see.
sayur masak lemak? Uh,
Okay. That's very clever. You
uh,
change it in a way that okay.
and I
All
use
right.
because you means that. You didn't realize, right?
Mm.
But the moment I use because means that and you, suddenly the people become more agreeable. So your
Mm.
customers and your friends will become, they are open to listening to you just by using the word you because means that. Uh, so you
Okay.
don't realize it because we are doing a conversation. As it goes on, you don't realize. And it just appears. Now, there's one, the
Mm.
last one, meta frame. In your world is one way. In my world is one way. So in your world, in your friend's world, okay, cooking high temperature meat is difficult because only a small amount of meat can be cooked. All right. But what do they mean by only small
Okay.
amount? You don't know. You just heard that. But in my world, the Thermomix can fry meat.
Mm-hmm.
So we can add fry meat ready. Then after that, we can tambah vegetable. Okay. And then become a very nice dish. Ah, so because of that, I would like to
Mm.
show you how it's done so that your perception change. And I know you're not interested in buying now. When you want to upgrade, you will know how it can be done and you're not scared because your perception is different now. So you see what I did in my world and your world. And actually, what I
Okay.
do is when I see a customer, actually, I already know a little bit about them. And so I actually do a point form script about what they like, what they don't like. Because each person is different.
Mm.
So actually, I have to really think. But when you think it and you close sales, that sales is a lot of money. So it's really worth the effort, you see?
So basically, do a background check in a sense of your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I like about Facebook is I can edit the words. But when you check out, it's very hard to edit the words.
Mm.
You see? So when you
Okay.
go to Facebook, if you're in any other group, even though you're not selling the Thermomix, and when you check up, I would like you to use you means and because,
Mm.
and then
Okay.
see how they respond to you. And then
Okay.
the other thing is, I would like you to use the word you are right. My
Ah.
counter space is very small. I know, you're right. That's why you bought the TM5, right? Because your kitchen is very small. Your counter space is small. Uh, but later on, when you want to upgrade, you have two. What are you going to do with two? So let me give you some suggestions. Maybe if
Mm.
when there's time when somebody else want, you quickly, like, you got a car, right? You want to upgrade to a
Mm.
car. You really want to buy a new car. What do? You look around and then you tanya, siapa nak kereta saya? I'm willing to sell it. Then you always
Mm.
find somebody you never know and somebody will want. But if you don't say it, then people don't know
You
that you
know.
want to sell off, right? Mm. Yeah. Okay. So far,
Okay.
easy.
That's good. I'm happy. Yeah, at least I know how to respond to my friends.
Yes. Yeah. So what we do is maybe a month from now,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to, let's try another one. It's only 10-15 minutes. It's very
I
easy.
know. Yeah, it's nice. At least because I have no experience, I tend to agree then I keep quiet because I don't know how to twist it. I have to learn how to twist and turn because I have a lot of friends
Uh,
who are like me background. They can afford it just like that.
yes.
But they're like, oh mahal lah.
Yes.
I can cook normally, but every time they post on Facebook, they are working and they are showing they are cooking. I
Yes.
think it's like, what are you doing? You should use. So I will write, I think you should get a TM6, and then they'll say, mahal lah mas, and then I just like, oh, macam mana nak respond?
Okay. You see, here you have to understand because you know that they can afford it.
Yeah,
It's
they
only
can
the word that
definitely.
come out from their mouth is mahal. Actually, it's not mahal. They're just
Yeah,
using the word as an
definitely.
objection. In your world, it's in mahal. In my world, it's not mahal. But why? Why? Why?
Okay.
Right? Okay, I give you an example, right? Okay, I give you an example. Expensive. Okay, nothing to do with Thermomix because I want you to see how people think. All right. So
Okay.
I was looking at the YouTube video. So I would like you to look at one persuasive YouTube video a day, short one, 10 minutes. It doesn't take much of your time. It's good lesson. Okay. Now, so I saw this coach, right? He was teaching. He was African, and he was teaching this bunch of Africans, about 20 people in the class. And so he picked one girl and he says, "Okay, you have an objection. What is your work?" And she said, "Oh, I'm a makeup artist. And my problem is when I want to do my service, a lot of people say it's expensive. So he said, well, how much do you charge? She said 200 rand or something like that lah. And people go like, oh, 200,
Mm-hmm.
exactly like 200 ringgit. Oh, mahalnya 200 ringgit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
he said, okay, now you're a makeup artist. When the customer says it's expensive, what do you say?
But it's quality. I make up very well. I provide high professional quality
Ah,
makeup or something.
yes.
And the products that I use are branded ones like Bobbi Brown or Estee Lauder, not the cheaper one or something like that, I would say.
Okay, so now you're talking about your product.
Ah,
You are
okay.
not talking about their feeling.
Ah,
What is their
okay.
feeling about cooking? What is their feeling about their house? What is their feeling? Okay, so this is what the guy said to the girl. Okay, when you see a customer and you say it's expensive, now the customer says, then you ask some questions. Okay, why do you want to do your makeup? She says, oh, I've got a wedding to attend. And then you ask, is your boyfriend going to be there, your ex-boyfriend or something like, oh, she'll say like, I'm going to a wedding and I want to do my makeup because my ex-boyfriend is going to be there and I just want to impress him because I want to look really good. Okay,
Okay.
now the thing is, how do you deal with her feelings? It's got nothing to do with
Mm.
makeup and quality.
Ah,
It's got to do with her
okay.
feelings. You want to look good, okay, to make your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend totally regret leaving you. How much is your makeup worth? Is it worth 50 ringgit, 100 ringgit? Or do you want to look really good, 200 ringgit? Or do you just want a 50 ringgit makeup, like, okay aja? How much
Mm.
are you willing to spend to impress somebody? Are you willing to spend 200 ringgit to really impress somebody? Okay, all right.
Mm.
So same thing like this. So you have a house, you cook, okay, you have a small kitchen, all right. How much torture are you going to go through every day wiping your kitchen from all the oils that is splattered all over the stove and the floor?
Mm.
How much torture are you going to go through? This is feelings. Okay.
Mm.
Ah, you have kids and you have to run around, you have to go pick this person up, then the other school, and then the other school, so got 3 schools to go to. How much time do you value yourself? You value yourself, right? Are you going to be standing there 30 minutes and you don't value yourself? You value yourself, right? Why don't you tell your husband to value you? Or don't say like that lah. You need a
Yeah,
self.
don't say like that lah, but
You know what I
understand
mean,
dia
right?
punya feeling.
Yes.
Yes.
What is your feeling? Are you worth your are you worth that much? Are you the princess? Are you the queen of the house that your husband should actually be buying you this machine so that you can cook inside there and then it can stir while you go and pick your kids up from school? Are you worth that? You see?
Mm.
It's about feelings, you know. It's not about quality of the machine, which a lot of people forget.
Because
So,
they know already. I'm sure everybody's posting about Thermomix from Germany and all those blah blah blah. But
oh
they are still
yes,
saying that it's they know already know. And one of my friends said it's a good product this Thermomix, tapi dia tak nak beli. I was like,
yes.
it's okay.
The thing is that what not everybody would buy. Out of 10 friends, one person will buy. But what is that trigger? What is that trigger? You know? So they need to see the videos many times. So your videos are, so I keep telling the ladies, you know, when you do your videos, don't do videos like in Mary's group, which is teaching people how to cook. This is teaching people who already have the machine. So I've shown you all videos of how to tarik the dia punya hati, you know.
Mm.
Hello, your anak. How to tarik your
Yes,
hati.
me.
Ah. So the thing
Okay.
is that when you cook, right, you say, oh, you see, it saves so much time. How much are you worth of that time? That time that takes 20 minutes to cook, are you going to be in the kitchen, keep stirring that when that time can be used to do something else more valuable? Like pick your children up from school, talk to your children, you know, spend more time with
Okay.
them. Uh,
So that means do more videos like what I did before. I did the coleslaw, right? I showed people like it's only how many seconds. And my friend quickly messaged me and said, Mas, my dad definitely spent more than a few seconds to do coleslaw. And then
yes,
lepas tu Mak cakap, yeah, it's a good machine, blah, blah, blah. Lepas tu dia kata, I will recommend you to my friends. But
yes,
bukan dia yang nak beli. So I was
yes.
like, okay. I was like thinking, macam mana
Because
nak suruh dia beli?
you also need that. You also need that to recommend to friends. And you say, you know what would be really good if you can help me? Can you just share my videos on your Facebook wall? If you want to recommend, this is a
Okay.
good way to recommend. And not all of them will say yes, but some of them will say yes. Mm. Like, the funny thing
Okay.
about psychology is that, okay, this is a bit going fast, right? And it's almost 9 o'clock. The thing about psychology is when you ask people
Yeah,
for
yeah.
little favors, and then when it comes to the big favor, they will say yes. But when you ask for the big favor first, the chances of them saying yes is very small. I got to find that video. I saw a video about persuasion. Like, little thing is that when you see them like oh, what time is it? Or when they're talking about something, oh, may I know where did you buy this? I want to find out.
Mm,
You see, it's a little favor, you ask on Facebook because you can't see them face to face. Ask them,
mm,
ask this person favor, ask them. And actually, if you cannot keep track, you just have a little notebook and you write, today I ask this person for favor, and the favor is not about money and what, it's just like asking, may I know, they talk about like my kid uh, love this ice cream. Oh, may I know how much it costs? They will say things like, oh, I don't remember how much. I'll go and check. And they actually make a time to check. And this is called favor. And the funny thing about psychology is when they actually do something for you, they like you better. When a person don't want to do something for you, you know that they don't really like you yet that much. And it's
mm,
very interesting because then you know what you must do. Then you must do I repeat back the words that they say. So sometimes when they
mm,
type the words that they say, you repeat it back in a way that becomes like a question.
mm.
Huh?
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Okay, so those
Okay.
techniques maybe I'll teach you another time. But
All right. Thank you. Okay.
yeah,
Thank
because I
you.
don't want to like put too much information. But when you have any questions about some objections, come and talk to me. But it's
All
all
right.
about feelings. So maybe you try see one video a day about persuasion.
All right, I will do that.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank
Thank
you for your
you.
time.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.
Okay, bye bye, bye bye.
Bye.